Okay, it's time to look at key success factors. So we've started to do this in looking at the profile section. There's certainly things you need to focus on, spend some time and energy on when it comes to your profile. There's a number of other things that you need to do as well to be successful. And we're going to be going through them as we look at how to find jobs, to which jobs to avoid, how to write proposals, how to work with clients and have initial discussions with prospects. We're going to be going through all of it. And so I want to set the principles for this work right now and identifying a number of key success factors. So some of those key success factors are all about you. So you'll understand in a couple of moments what I'm saying here and the way I'm sort of dividing this up. So when it comes to you, your success factors include your work history. And again, for some of you that are watching this and say, I've done no freelance jobs, don't panic. We're going to address that. It's coming. The feedback on your work. Again, very important. And here's one that you don't really have any control over, or very little, that's important, and that's your geographic location. So we've all heard comments made about people and employees and workers from various countries. Now, I'm from Canada. I work with Canadians and folks from the United States, worked from people in the Philippines and India, Australia, a number of different countries. And so your geographic location, fair or not fair, is going to have an impact on you. So there are some people that do freelance work and they come looking for people that work in the Philippines or from India, places that would have generally speaking, a lower average wage. And then there's other people that are coming and they're saying, I want someone from Europe, or I want someone just from the United States. And so these are all factors. It's something about you, and you need to be aware of it. And I think in large part, you are going to want to be aware of it as you're looking for jobs to bid on. And if it is something that a potential client sees as a negative, you need to address it head on. Okay, but anyway, those three things are the key success factors that I wanted to point out that are all about you. Now, there's key success factors to being successful in freelancing that are about the clients you're looking to work with. So I call them prospects or prospective clients, people that are posting jobs and projects that are willing to pay for people to work on those jobs and projects. So what is it about them that should impact my success? Well, their ranking. So not only it works both ways. You can freelancers will rank clients that they have worked for. So maybe they didn't pay on time, maybe they were just extremely picky. Maybe they were amazing to work for. They were supportive. They provided great insight. Their communication was excellent. So their ranking is very important. Here's one that I think some people don't think about is their hire rate. Look at how many jobs a client has posted and what percentage of the time do they ever end up hiring someone. So you maybe, if you haven't done a lot of freelancing work, you may not be aware of that. For some reason, people post jobs and then they get distracted and they never hire anyone for that work, or at least it doesn't show that way in the freelance site. So be careful of people that post for lots of jobs and then don't hire anyone according to their hire rate. There's a little bit more to that than just that, but that's a very important factor. We'll talk probably more about that a little bit later on. Look at their total spend. So I'm going to show you examples of a screen that is about you, which we've already looked at your profile, and then we're going to look at a client's information. So how much money are they spending and have they spent if they're an Upwork member, over their membership of Upwork, how much have they spent? And then what do they end up usually paying per hour? So these are all really important factors. So let me quickly show you, again, on my profile here, my work history. It's found down here. And you see my work history is pretty strong. There's lots of it. There's some pretty good write-ups, like short testimonials which are positive, and then there's good scores. And then my geographic location for positive or for negative is in Canada. Okay? So I always have to take these three things into account when I'm bidding on work. Now, when I go to look for a job, and we're going to show you how to actually be looking and effectively look for jobs. But let's say I've found one here that I thought I might be interested in. Well, I want to check out, before I even really read all of these details about the job, I want to look at, who is this person? I don't even know if this person's name is listed here, but everything I need to know about them, or a lot of what I need to know about them, is here. So if I look at their ranking, a 4.9 average ranking with 9 reviews, that's pretty strong. Their hire rate, so they've posted 19 jobs, and 85% of the jobs they have posted have been hired for. In fact, 2 of them are still open. So these guys, almost every time they post a job, they hire somebody. This is actually an excellent number. Total amount of money they've spent on Upwork, over $4,000. Pretty good. I think that's pretty good. What is the average rate, hourly rate that they have paid out? $7.37. Now, for me, I'm like, that's definitely a negative, because I'm not interested in working, anywhere near that low. This one you have to be careful of, because sometimes people will hire people very inexpensively, and then they're also willing occasionally to pay people a higher rate. So their average could certainly be lower than what they might be willing to spend for this. However, it's still something important to look at. And given that there's been 541 hours worked, and this is the average, and there's been 19 or what would that be, 17 or 16 jobs that have worked, I'm thinking this person likes to pay pretty low for their work. Okay, so these are all very very important things. Like for me, I wouldn't probably bother, even if I thought this was the perfect job for me. I probably wouldn't even bother posting, because this guy would have to go so far above his norm to pay me what I think I'm worth, or what I'm willing to work for, that I'm not going to waste my time on it. Okay, let's go back. There's some other important success factors, and some of these success factors are your effort. So what you're actually doing when it comes to, and I say your effort, I don't just mean the work that you're doing. I mean looking for prospects, looking for clients, looking for jobs that are a good fit for you, choosing the right ones, and all of that. So I believe part of your effort should be cherry picking. I don't think you should be posting a proposal for everything that you think you could possibly work with. I think you should be out there being very selective about the type of work that you want. And then key success factors is how you communicate with prospects. We're going to spend so much time on this, and it's some of the, I believe, the most magical part of this course, if I can say that. And I do believe, actually, that what you're going to learn about how to communicate with prospects is going to set you apart from 99% of the people trying to get work on Upwork and other freelancing sites. So, how you communicate when you reach out. So the actual timing of when you connect with a client that is looking for work. And again, just sort of saying it again, separating yourself from the masses. So what are the things I can do in my effort so that at the very least, they're going to remember me? They're going to remember my proposal. Even if they didn't end up choosing me, they're going to remember it. And so separating yourself from the masses. And then about your effort, key success factors, it's the actual winning of the job. You're going after the win. You're not just throwing stuff to stick against the wall. You are going after to win the job, and you have a very step-by-step specific plan to do it. So these are all key success factors about your effort, what you need to know about the clients, and then how you are positioned in your information and documentation on the freelancing site. What's about you? So I'm excited about these key success factors, and we're going to see these come up over and over again as we continue on with the lessons.